Good afternoon, everyone, all the authors. So we will be starting in next 3 to 4 minutes as we are waiting for our session chef to join.
Yeah, Shita.
Okay, you are here.
Yeah,
Okay,
we are
so
good to go. Yeah.
yeah, we can start. Okay, so a very good afternoon to all of you, dear authors and the invited guests. A very warm welcome to Technical Session 12A. So myself Yashita and I'll be your moderator for this session. I'll be making sure that everything runs smoothly and maybe try to keep up the energy. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 11th International Conference on Information and Communications Technology for Sustainable Development, which is ICT4SD. The 11th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. So the physical event was held a day before yesterday on 9th July in Goa, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom from 9th to 11th July. So today is the last day where people from all over India as well as many from other countries as well are present with us. So I hope you all enjoy today's insightful and knowledgeable sessions. So in this session, we will be having a total of 10 presentations with each presenter will be given 10 minutes for presentation followed by 2 to 3 minutes for question and answers, and I will be giving a gentle reminder at the 8th minute mark just to keep everyone stay on track. So it is a strict you have to it is very strict to follow the time because we are time bounded and we have less hours to finish all the 10 presentations. So I kindly request everyone to please keep track of time while you are presenting. So there's one more small request to please stay connected with us till the closing remarks. We promise that the session will be worth it. And if you have any queries or updates, feel free to drop them in the chat box. Me and my co-host would be addressing them. So before we begin, I would like to introduce with us Dr. Nagesh Zadhav. Welcome to the session, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. So he is a professor and head of BTech CAC Cybersecurity and Forensics in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at MIT School of Engineering. He brings over 19 years of continuous higher education experience to his leadership role. His research interests include artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, affective computing, and federated learning. He also continues to contribute to academics through impactful research, mentorship, and leadership in emerging technology areas. So, would you like to say something to start the session, sir?
Yeah. So looking forward for the interactive session and a great presentations. All the best, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, we will begin with today's presentations. So, for our first presentation, our speaker is B. Pavni. Are you present in the session, ma'am?
Yeah,
Yeah, so she is here to present her paper titled as a multitask deep learning framework for plant disease detection, segmentation, and severity estimation with explainability. So you can start your presentation, Pavni.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm sharing my screen.
Yes. And everyone, please, you have to track the time and finish within 9 to 10 minutes. And we have to discuss the paper also. So kindly be attentive while presenting. So, yes, Pavni, you can start.
Yeah. So coming to the my paper, it's about a multitask deep learning framework for plant disease detection, segmentation, severity estimation with explainability. So my name is Pavan from I recently completed my bachelor's IIT in Hyderabad. One second. So plant disease is the main major threat for farmers. So it is basically significantly impact to the crop quality and crop health. So early disease detection and severity estimation or helps in early recovery of the crops. And we had some traditional methods which can be done by manual, but manual visual inspection it takes time and it is subjective and maybe inaccurate. So our problem statement mainly addressing this gap by proposing an integrated AML based framework which performs disease classification, segmentation, and severity estimation with explainability. So to develop a deep learning model which can classify and detect the disease step. And in second step, we estimate the disease severity based on
Uh, Pavni, I
segmentation.
request you to
In
please
providing
stay in a good internet
explainable
connection as your
using
voice is
explainable
cracking
AI,
very
providing
much.
recommend and efficiency federal. Okay.
There is a drop of a voice.
Yes, your voice is not clear, Pavni, so I request you to please stay in a good internet connection and then start speaking.
Yeah, okay, sure. Now it
Hmm.
is good.
Yes, you can continue.
Yes, now it is audible.
Okay. Um, I just want to give few points in intro. So plant disease is a major impact in agriculture that is basically affect the crop yield and quality. Early disease detection and severity estimation help us the farmers to early recovery of the crop diseases. And we had some traditional methods, but those are not accurate and it takes more time and subjective. So we came up with a AI integrated deep learning framework which can perform disease classification and also leaf segmentation and also severity estimation with explainability. So our main objective is to develop a deep learning framework which can accurately detect the diseases and classify them in first step. And if the in the next step, we are estimating the disease severity if it is disease, and we are having the pixel based segmentation. And in third step, we are providing the explainable and fast and cost effective decision support system that can assist farmers with appropriate usage of fertilizers to early recovery disease. Yeah, these are the some of the literature surveys that we have researched. So, majorly, we found out the research gap that is the existing framework, which are mainly focused on only disease detection or disease classification, but not on severity estimation. So, if we can provide the severity estimation, that can be helpful to get the recovery of the crops and to improve the yield of the crop. So, coming to our data set, it is a plant village data set. It contains 38 classes across 14 crop species. The dataset includes crops such as tomato and with different crops. And it basically includes both healthy and diseased leaf images. So basically, first step is data processing. We have done resizing, normalization, and data augmentation, and we have used weighted random sampling for class imbalancing. And the proposed methodology, I'm going through the framework that we have followed. So in this framework, in first step, we are basically giving the input image and we are applying all the data pre-processing steps that I have discussed before. And we are giving this to the efficient net V12 model. And using this efficient net V2 model, we are basically classifying the leaf images into healthy and disease. If it is healthy, we are giving output as healthy. If it is diseased, we are segmenting the leaf images. Basically, in real time images, the background affects more. So, what we have observed, we in data pre-processing, we have removed the background of the images and we have segmented it. And based on, we have used excess green index. So, basically, in leaf, we can observe three types of colors like green, yellow, and brown. So green is obviously calculated as healthy region, and yellow we assumed as a healthy, and also um, yellow may be healthy and may not be healthy. So that we taken as healthy part, and also brown, it is taken as defected region. So based on the pixel, we have applied a mathematical formula, um, disease region by total region into 100, which can give the severity percentage here. And at last, we are giving the diagnosis report, which can tell the farmer what are the prescribed fertilizers and the suggestions and the pesticides used to get recovered. And uh, we have trained different models. So uh, using inception, densenet, restnet, exception, and our proposed model is of efficient net v12. So we got 99.69 percentage, which is the highest accuracy in all these models. And also we had a classification for each crop classes. And these were our evaluation results. We got accuracy 99.69 percentage. So our our project novelty is basically severity estimation. So instead of giving this leaf field disease, we are giving it is affected 42%, which can be better understanding for the farmer. So these are some of the results that we have. This is our user interface. I hope can you see the screen clearly?
No, actually, it is blurred.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. You can discuss it.
Yeah, okay. So these were like
No,
some,
now it is visible. No, 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 it isn't. You can explain.
yeah, okay. These are some of the results. Okay, I'll go to the conclusion now. So this is our model. We have integrated deep learning framework. So our proposed system achieves 99.69 percentage classification accuracy using efficient net VTL. So by combining disease classification with pixel-based severity estimation, and also interpretable diagnostic report. So, and also we have considered sensor reading. So plant health is not only depends on leaves, so it is also depends on the climate that we have. So we have also considered some of the parameters like soil pH, nutrient level, soil moisture, and humidity, temperature. So all the parameters we have uh, included to get, we mainly integrated with the IoT sensors to get all these readings in real time severity estimation. So future scope, it can be extended to all the farm, like crop. We can actually identify the infected crops, and we can also have drone based real time monitoring, which can be real time monitoring, and which can help farmers in detecting the leaf disease accurately and fast. Yeah, we can also expand the same framework to support additional crop species which there exist. And yeah, these are all the references. Thank you so much. I think
Okay,
I can.
Nagesh sir, do you have any questions
Yeah,
for him? Yeah.
yes. Yeah, so you have mentioned your accuracy is 99.59%. Don't you think this is kind of overfitting because have you tested your model on the real world images or the real
Uh,
time images?
yeah, we have tested.
So what is that? Because whatever the accuracy that you presented here, it belongs to only dataset, the plant village. But what is the result that you achieved while testing it
Uh,
on the real world images?
while testing, we have also tested with some of the other plants. So basically, I said, so first when we came up with this idea, the background is affecting more, because the leaf background is affecting in testing accuracy. We got some of the wrong results while testing. So for that, we basically took some parameters to remove the background of the image in real time. So while we tested in real time, we got the accurate results.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Pavni, for your presentation. You can stop sharing your screen.
Yeah, I'm just seeing. Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you so much.
So our next presenter is Shivani Chuman Singh. Are you present, Shivani, in the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so she is here to present her paper titled as An Assessment of Organizational Support and Coping Strategies for Work Personal Life Balance Among Married Women in the Nursing Profession. So you can start your presentation, Shivani.
Hello. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible. You can start.
So, good afternoon, respected chairperson, and all the distinguished guests present here, and all my fellow participants. Here, I am Shivani Chumban Singh from the Tamegi Institute of Higher Education, presenting my research paper titled "An Assessment of Organizational Support and Coping Strategies for Work-Personal Life Balance Among Married Women in Nursing Profession." This research aims to understand how organizational support and coping strategies help married female nurses to cope with their professional life and also the personal life. So let's start with the introduction. In this, firstly, let's understand what work-life personal balance life means. So it refers to the ability of an individual to effectively balance with their professional life, with their jobs, and with their personal life. In healthcare, basically in healthcare sectors, nurses work under challenging conditions like they perform long duty hours, rotational shift, extra times, and sometimes in emergencies with many devastated conditions and like in many pandemics and all. So they experience emotional exhaustion. Basically, for married women nurses, these professional responsibilities come along with family responsibilities like childcare, household work, caring for elderly family members, and fulfilling social obligations. Because of these multiple roles, maintaining work-life balance becomes extremely difficult. So basically, this study investigates how organizational support and coping strategies contribute to improve work-life personal balance. The main problem arises what married women nurses commonly face. The married women nurses working in a healthcare sector face problems like long working hours, rotational shifts, emotional and physical stress, physical fatigue, their health conditions get deteriorate, family responsibilities, and lack of personal time. These challenges lead to stress and burnout, poor work personal life balance, poor mental health, and also reduced patient quality care. As in healthcare sector, patient quality care is more and most important factor related to hospitals. Therefore, healthcare organizations need to understand how they can support nurse better in most better way so that patient quality care must be improved and nurses can give excellent care to the patient. Though the objectives of my research paper is to assess the work-life balance of married women nurses and to study organization support system to identify coping strategies used by nurses to to balance their life with professional to balance their life between professional life and personal life, and also to analyze the relation between organizational support and work personal life balance, and lastly to examine the effect of demographic factors such as age, experience, and working hours, how these three factors like age, experience, and working hours affects affects their work life balance accordingly. Then next, in conceptual framework, this framework explains the relationship between variables. I have chosen three variables: independent variables, dependent variables, and moderating variables. How this study examines, as I have said in starting, that this study examines how organizations support to nurses to cope with their personal life. So I have chosen three variables, as I have mentioned: independent variables, dependent variables, and moderating variables. Organizational support and coping strategies as independent variables. How this both indirectly affect or indirectly support the coping strategies of nurses. Dependent variable: work personal life balance, and moderating variables like age, experience, and working hours. Next, in methodology, I have chosen the study followed a descriptive research design because the objective was to understand the existing situation rather than manipulating variables. The sample included 101 married women nurses selected through convenience sampling. Primary data were collected with using a structured questionnaire based on 5-point Likert scale. The collected data were analyzed using IBM SPSS statistics, and the statistical techniques which were used in my research paper are Pearson correlation, ANOVA test, Tukey HSD test, and reliability analysis using Cronbach alpha. So, before explaining reliability analysis, let me explain what is reliability. Before conducting statistical analysis, it is necessary to check whether the questionnaire is reliable or not with our research paper. The reliability explains the reliability explains us about the will our research paper will give our consistent results, or will it not give the consistent results. The reliability of the questionnaire was measured using Cronbach's alpha. Cronbach's alpha is also one of the statistical tools which I have used in this research paper. In Cronbach's alpha, both values exceed the acceptable threshold of 0.70, indicating excellent internal consistency and confirming that the questionnaire is highly reliable for statistical analysis. In my variables, the coping strategies and organizational support, which I have selected as independent variable, the alpha value of this variable gives 0.9 and 0.97. Furthermore, then the correlation result suggests that the value of organizational support with work-life balance is 0.9, and the value of organizational support with coping strategies is 0.7, and coping strategies with work-life balance is 0.7. All relationships were statistically significant. That Pearson value is less than 0.01, indicating that better organizational support and effective coping strategies significantly improve personal life balance. In this study, I have find it that the study found that age has a significant influence on work-life balance. Exactly. What I mean to say is the nurses of the elder nurses are more facing more burnouts because of their experience, their longer duties, and also they works in under conditions handling their junior persons or interns. So they face more burnout situations as compared to junior ones or as compared to newcomers.
Just a gentle reminder to you, Shivani, that you will have to wrap up in next 1 minute.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
And also long working hour increases stress and negatively affect personal work life balance. In this research paper, the discussion comes to end that the findings indicates that supportive work life balance, such as flexible schedules, supervisor support, hair supports, and stress management programs help nurses effectively balance their work and personal life. Similarly, nurses who practice effective coping strategies experience low stress levels and greater job satisfaction as compared to the nurses which do not practice this techniques, or which do not have the organizational supports from their respective hospitals. in last, I have concluded that the study concludes that organizational support system and effective coping strategies play a significant role in improving working personal life balance among among married women nurses, and also healthcare organizations should implement supportive workplace policies to enhance employee well-being, reduce stress, and improve healthcare services. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone for listening, for giving their valuable time and attention and listening my presentation.
Yeah, hi Shivani. I have
Yes,
a
ma'am. Yes,
question like you have used a sample size of let's say 100 or 150. So what was the age distribution of that sample size? Like what was the ages of the nurses between let's say 25 to 30, 30 to 34 or 45 like that. Have you done the distribution?
yes, sir. I have done the distribution. Basically the age distribution of my sample size was mainly mainly the elder nurses, basically for 45 to 50 years age, and having experience more than 10 years, more than 5 years, like that.
So don't you think that adding the age uh, like sample of a smaller age would change the perception of your research?
Yes, sir. I think that, but in basically my research paper was like just 101 women nurses. I have conducted questionnaire samples for 40 to 45 nurses of age difference, which I have mentioned earlier, like for 45 to 50 age, and rest of them were younger nurses. And sir, this was due to the availability of nurses of younger age and elder age in the hospitals which I have visited.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank
Shivani,
you,
for
sir.
presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
So coming up next, we have Devika S. Devika, are you with us in the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so she is here to present her work titled as Evaluating the Role of AI-Enabled Assistive Technologies in Promoting Workplace Inclusivity in the Indian IT sector. So yes, Devika, you can start with your presentation
Okay, ma'am.
and keep track of the time.
Yeah, sure. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
No, the meeting is visible. The screen is shared, but the presentation is not visible. So what you can do is, uh,
Yeah.
you can share the screen, and after sharing, click on share, stop share, and again share the screen. And you have to click on the presentation window and not share the entire screen.
Okay.
Just click on the window which contains the presentation after clicking on share.
Okay, ma'am. Just a second. Uh, okay. Okay.
We have opened the presentation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you try to
Ma'am,
share
is it
the
visible now,
thing.
ma'am?
Wait, let me show. Yes, it is visible. You can start.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Devika S. from Amrita School of Business, Kochi, and presenting our paper titled Evaluating the Role of AI-Enabled Assistive Technologies and Promoting Workplace Inclusivity in the Indian IT Sector. A study explores how AI-enabled assistive technologies contribute to workplace inclusivity and identifies the organizational factors that influence their successful implementation. To begin with, let me briefly introduce the background of this study. Artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming the modern workplaces, particularly within the IT sector. And AI-enabled assistive technologies such as speech-to-text systems, live captioning, voice assistants, adaptive interfaces, and screen readers improve accessibility, communication, and collaboration for those employees with diverse needs. However, these technologies alone does not guarantee workplace inclusivity. Organizations must also provide employee training, accessibility support, implementation policies, and awareness programs to ensure that these technologies benefit every employee. So, therefore, the key message of our study is technology enables accessibility, but organizational support creates workplace inclusivity. Although AI-enabled assistive technologies are increasingly adopted in the IT sector, limited research has examined whether they actually improve workplace inclusivity. So most existing studies focus primarily on technology adoption rather than the role of organizational support. And to address this gap, our study evaluates the combined influence of AI awareness and usage, AI usability and trust, and organizational support on workplace inclusivity. This problem or research gap led to our research question, which is how do AI enabled assistive technologies influence workplace inclusivity in the Indian IT sector? Moving on to the research objectives. Our study had three objectives. First, to understand the impact of AI-enabled assistive accessibility features, system usability, and organizational support on workplace inclusivity. Second is to analyze the employees' perceptions regarding the role of AI-enabled assistive technologies in promoting the accessibility and inclusivity in IT work environments. Third is to assess the role of organizational support in implementing these technologies. Next is the research framework. This framework examines the influence of three independent variables, which are AI awareness and usage, AI usability and trust, and organizational support. On the dependent variable, which is the workplace inclusivity. So based on this framework, we designed our research methodology. We here for the research design, we adopted a mixed method approach. And for the quantitative study, we collected data from 70 IT professionals using purposive sampling and a structured questionnaire based on a 5-point Likert scale. And the data were analyzed using descriptive statistics, correlation analysis, and multiple regression. As for the qualitative study, we analyzed over 700 online discussions collected from Reddit, Quora, and Twitter. And these discussions were analyzed using natural language processing techniques, including word frequency analysis, sentiment analysis, and thematic classification. Using both quantitative and qualitative approaches allowed us to obtain both the statistical evidence and real-world perspectives. Moving to the quantitative findings, the regression model explains 51.4% of the variation in workplace inclusivity, which is indicating a good explanatory power. And the model was statistically significant with a F value of 2.225 and a P value less than 0.001. Among the three predictors, organizational support emerged as the strong positive effect or strongest predictor of workplace inclusivity. And AI usability and trust showed a slight positive effect, whereas AI awareness and usage did not have a statistically significant impact on workplace inclusivity. This indicates that simply introducing AI technologies or increasing awareness is not sufficient. Organizations must actively support employees through appropriate policies, training, and implementation strategies. The correlation analysis, the heat map shows that organizational support has the strongest positive relationship with workplace inclusivity. And in comparison, AI usability shows only a weak positive relationship, while AI awareness and usage demonstrate a negligible or a weak relationship. So overall, these findings reinforce that organizational commitment contributes more to workplace inclusivity than merely introducing AI technologies. Now moving to the qualitative findings. So for the qualitative finding, we examined more than 700 online discussions using natural language processing. And word frequency analysis showed that discussions mainly evolved around people, technology, accessibility, health, disability, and inclusion terms. And the sentiment analysis revealed that 377 discussions were positive, 279 were neutral, and 115 were negative, indicating an overall positive perception of AI-enabled assistive technologies in IT sector. Then comes the thematic classification. It identified accessibility improvement as the dominant theme, while bias reduction and privacy concerns appeared much less frequently. And these findings suggest that AI is widely perceived as a technology that improves workplace accessibility and inclusion. Discussion and practical implications of our study. So that is the quantitative and qualitative findings both complement each other. While the regression analysis identified organizational support as the strongest predictor of workplace inclusivity, the qualitative analysis also emphasized accessibility as the dominant theme. And these findings suggest that organizations should not focus only on adopting AI technologies. Instead, they should develop accessibility policies, invest in employee training, improve AI implementation strategies, provide continuous technical support, provide inclusive workplace culture, etc. Similarly, HR managers should also conduct awareness programs, encourage the adoption of AI-enabled assistive technologies, monitor the employees' experiences, and include digital accessibility in HR policies. So, to conclude, our study demonstrates that AI-enabled assistive technologies have significant potential to improve workplace accessibility. However, their effectiveness depends primarily on organizational support. Our findings show that AI awareness alone is insufficient. Successful workplace inclusivity requires the combination of both technology, structured training, and supportive organizational policies. So, therefore, the key takeaway from our research is AI creates opportunity for inclusion, but organizations create inclusive workplaces. Thank you.
Yeah, Devika, I have a question. Like, as you like done both the qualitative and quantitative research. In
Yeah.
the qualitative research, you mentioned about you have collected the data from some online forums.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so which forums did you collect the data from, and have you like how did you authenticate those data? Because the online things could be deceiving or could be biased. So, how did you manage to get the right data?
So we collected data from online platforms like Reddit, Quora, and Twitter. And also these why, because these platforms contain diverse public discussions where users openly share experiences and provide their opinions about AI technologies. And it's true that it might be biased, but we actually scrapped the reviews, and we done what like we done the thematic classification, and we can identify whether the bias and like how much people have like how they find the AI, and we actually compared it with the data we have collected through the questionnaire.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Devika. So, coming up next, our next presenter is Ananda Lakshmi VS. So, Ananda Lakshmi, are you present in the session?
Hi, Yashita, I am present.
Hello. So, she's here to present her paper titled as Job Seekers Ethical Perceptions in Manipulative Tailoring in AI-Based Hiring and Its Implications for Sustainable Recruitment. So, yes, you can start sharing your screen.
Could you please confirm if my screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible. You can start.
Thank you so much. Perfect. Good afternoon, panel. Uh, I am Anithil Lakshmi VS from Amrita School of Business, and we have my co-authors Lakshmi Yes and Krishna OI in this call. And it is our greatest honor to present our research paper titled "Job Seekers' Ethical Perception in Manipulative Tailoring in AI-Based Hiring." So, artificial intelligence has transformed recruitment by making hiring faster and more efficient. However, it has also changed the way applicants prepare their resumes. Our study explores how job seekers perceive the ethics of tailoring resumes to satisfy AI based screening systems and the factors that influence these decisions. So, over the last decade, organizations have increasingly adopted AI powered systems and ATS to manage the growing number of job applications. So what this system basically do is they screen these resume before they reach the human recruiters, making it essential for applicants to optimize their resume with relevant keywords and formatting. While this practice improves the chances of getting shortlisted, it also raises an important ethical question. Where should we draw the line between legitimate optimization and basic manipulation? So, understanding how the applicant themselves perceive this issue is important because ethical decision making affects both recruitment outcomes and trust in AI driven hiring. So, this is what formed the foundation for our research. So, in order to address the issue that we discussed, our study basically focused on three basic research questions. First one was, how do job seekers understand the role of AI and ATS in recruitment? How do they ethically justify manipulative resume tailoring? And third, how do economic pressures such as urgency to secure employment influence this behavior? So, together, these questions will help us understand not just what the applicants do, but also why they choose to behave in a certain way. Uh, the existing literature suggests that AI has significantly improved recruitment efficiency by reducing time and cost in candidate screening. But, however, the studies also highlight concerns regarding the algorithmic bias, lack of transparency, and limited explainability in AI-based hiring. So, researchers have mainly done observations and found out that the applicants increasingly use AI powered resume builders and optimization tool to improve the ATS compatibility of their resumes. Despite these developments, relatively very little research has explored the ethical reasoning behind uh, such applic or ethical reasoning behind such behavior from the applicant's perspective. So, our study attempts to bridge this gap by focusing on ethical perceptions rather than the technological aspects alone. Uh, In this study, we have adopted a descriptive empirical research design. So, the primary data was collected through a structured questionnaire administered using Google Forms, and we obtained about 74 responses representing individuals with varying levels of job application experience. For data analysis, we employed descriptive statistics to summarize the responses, correlation analysis to examine relations among variables, regression analysis to identify the significant predictors, and qualitative analysis to interpret open ended responses. So, a mixed approach allowed us to capture both the numerical trends and also the participant perspectives. Uh, our study examined some key variables. These include the AI and ATS system, resume tailoring behavior, ethical perceptions regarding manipulation, job application experience, use of AI resume tools, and career urgency. So these variables enable us to investigate not only the behavioral pattern but also the psychological and ethical factors influencing applicant decision. To identify the factors influencing the ethical perception of manipulative resume tailoring, we adopted a regression model. The model produced an R square value of 385, indicating that approximately 38.5 of the variation in ethical perception was explained by the variables that was included in the study that we just saw in the previous slide. The model was statistically significant as indicated by the F test because the p value is less than 0.05. Among all the independent variables, ethical justification and the use of AI assumed tools emerged as the strongest predictors. This suggests the applicant's moral reasoning and increasing reliance on AI technology influence their behavior more strongly than simple awareness of ATS system. Our key findings reveal some interesting insights. The first one is respondents demonstrated a high level of awareness regarding the ATS systems or the AI based recruitments, and they were also ethical reasoning played a very major role in determining whether applicants consider resume tailoring acceptable or not. And third, economic pressure and urgency to obtain the employment encouraged the applicants to optimize their resumes more aggressively. Finally, the growing availability of AI empowered resume tools appears to have normalized the technology assisted resume customization, making it a common practice among job seekers. The qualitative insights or the qualitative responses provided a deeper insights into the participants' perspective. Most of the respondents reviewed resume tailoring as acceptable when it involved improving presentation or incorporating relevant keywords without misrepresenting their qualification. And many also emphasize that there is a clear distinction between optimization and deception. Participants also expressed concern about fairness and transparency in AI driven hiring, suggesting that greater explainability would increase their confidence in this system and reduce their reliance on other tools to manipulate their resumes. So, in conclusion, AI based recruitment is not only transforming organizational hiring practices but also influencing applicant behavior. Our study demonstrates that ethical perception is a strong driver of resume tailoring than awareness of AI alone. This finding highlights the need for organizations to develop recruitment systems that are transparent, explainable, and fair. Creating such a system will help balance technological efficiency with ethical responsibility, ultimately supporting more sustainable and trustworthy recruitment practices. Thank you so much for your attention. We are open to questions now. Thank you.
Nagesh sir, any questions for her?
Yeah, Anand Lakshmi, you have collected the data from only 74 participants. Don't you think that the conclusion that you mentioned or the research that you concluded probably would have some different perception or different p-value or the conclusive value when you increase the sample size?
Uh, yes, there might be some addition or changes in the conclusion. But we took the 74 as a sample. 75 was our target. We had a mix of various age categories in the sample so that we have a good perception uh, from all the age categories. But yes, as you rightly mentioned, there is a possibility. There is a possibility for a change in the outcome. But yes, that is something that we'll have to look
Please
into.
increase the sample size and do the research. That is my recommendation. Thank you.
Sure thing. Thank you so much, Yadav.
Yes, sir. Should we move to the next presentation?
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah. So for the next presentation, I would like to call Sanika Patil. She is going to present her paper on machine learning based emoji threat detection and classification. Sanika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please start your presentation and please.
Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, your screen is visible. Please start your presentation. Yeah.
Good afternoon, respected session chair, reviewers, and everyone present. I am Sanika Patil, and today I will present our research paper titled Machine Learning Based Emoji Threat Detection and Classification Unicode Aware Ensemble Learning for Detecting Adversarial Emoji Manipulations in Digital Communication and AI Moderation Systems. This work focuses on detecting malicious Unicode-based emoji manipulations that can bypass existing content moderation systems and even influence AI models. Today's presentation covers introduction, literature survey, methodology, results, conclusion, future scope. So, emojis have become an essential part of digital communication. However, their underlying Unicode representation can be manipulated by attackers using techniques such as invisible Unicode characters, zero-bit joiners, variation selectors, and homoglyphs. These manipulations make malicious emojis appear completely normal to humans, while allowing them to bypass traditional content moderation systems. Existing AI moderation systems mainly analyze visible text after normalization, making them ineffective against Unicode level attacks. This creates a security risk not only for social media platforms but also for large language models, where adversarial emojis can contribute to prompt injection and incorrect model behavior. To address this problem, our work introduces a balanced emoji threat detection dataset containing 9,386 samples equally divided into 4,693 benign and 4,693 malicious emojis, and evaluates three machine learning models to identify malicious Unicode manipulations. Several recent studies have highlighted Unicode-based attacks. Subka classified different Unicode evasion techniques and emphasized the need for standardized datasets. Zhang introduced emoji-specific adversarial attacks. The bad character study demonstrated how invisible Unicode characters degrade NLP model performance. Other researchers showed that homoglyphs successfully evade hate speech detection system. Finally, AWS Security confirmed that Unicode character smuggling is now a real-world cybersecurity concern. These studies clearly demonstrate that Unicode manipulation is an emerging threat. Although previous research has investigated Unicode attacks, most studies treat them as general text security problems. Very little work specifically focuses on emoji as a separate attack vector. Existing studies mainly describe attack techniques instead of evaluating machine learning models for detection. Moreover, publicly available emoji-focused datasets are lacking. Our work addresses these gaps by creating a balanced dataset, extracting Unicode-aware structural features, and benchmarking multiple machine learning classifiers. So our methodology consists of several stages. We first collected benign and malicious emojis. The dataset was pre-processed using Unicode NFC normalization to standardize representations and remove duplicate or malformed samples. The dataset was then split into training and testing sets with validation data taken from the training set. Next, we extracted Unicode-aware features, including Unicode code points, structural features, and sequence statistics. These features were converted into numerical vectors using TF-IDF character level n-grams, allowing the model to capture Unicode level manipulations instead of only visible text. We trained three supervised machine learning models: naive-Bayes, support vector machine, random forest. Hyperparameters were optimized using grid search with five-fold stratified cross validation. Finally, model performance was evaluated using accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score, and area under curve. Here you can see the detailed processing pipeline. Unicode normalization ensures consistent encoding. Feature engineering captures hidden structural properties such as invisible Unicode characters, sequence statistics, and Unicode patterns that are usually ignored by traditional text processing methods. After TF-IDF vectorization, three classifiers were trained and compared. Among all models, Random Forest achieved the best overall performance because it effectively captured complex nonlinear relationships between Unicode features. This table compares the performance of all three models. Naive-Bayes achieved an accuracy of 91.4%. Support vector machine improved the accuracy to 93.5%. The best results were obtained using random forest, which achieved 97.8% accuracy, 98% precision, 97% recall, 97 0.5% F1 score, and 0.999 ROC AUC. These results demonstrate that random forest provides the most reliable detection of malicious emoji manipulations. The confusion matrix further confirms the effectiveness of random forest. It correctly classified 918 malicious and 878 benign samples while producing only a small number of false positives and false negatives. Its ensemble learning approach allows it to model complex Unicode feature interaction much better than naive-Bayes or SVM. The near perfect ROC-AUC value of 0.999 indicates excellent discrimination between benign and malicious emoji samples. To conclude, our work presents a Unicode-aware framework for manipulations. We introduced a balanced dataset of 9,386 samples and evaluated 3 machine learning models. Among them, random forest achieved highest accuracy, demonstrating that ensemble learning is highly effective for Unicode-based threat detection. Overall, this work strengthens digital communication security and contributes toward more robust AI moderation systems. Future work includes expanding the dataset to multilingual platforms, supporting multimodal threat detection, building adaptive models that learn new Unicode attacks automatically, integrating Unicode-aware filtering directly into LLM safety pipelines, providing explainable AI techniques to help analysts understand why an emoji is classified as malicious. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, hi Sanika. You have said that the random forest gave you the better accuracy. So what is the reason? Like, did you analyze that? Why the random forest work better than the other algorithms? Was I audible?
Yes, sir. So random forest perform better because our dataset contains multiple Unicode-aware features such as Unicode code points, structural features, and sequence statistics, which have complex and nonlinear relationships. So random forest is an ensemble learning algorithm that builds multiple decision trees and combines their predictions through majority voting. This enables it to capture complex feature interactions more effectively than a single model. So naive assumes that all features are independent, which is not true for Unicode-based manipulations because many Unicode features are correlated. And SVM performs well with high dimensional data, but it may not capture all complex features interactions as effectively as an ensemble of decision tree.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, for the next presentation, I would like to call upon Priyanka S. Howal. She is going to present her paper on survey on emerging technologies in food safety. Priyanka, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Please present your presentation.
Yes, sir. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible. Please go with your presentation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Priyanka Surajhowal, a research scholar of Modern College of Engineering, and today I am here for presenting a survey on paper titled as Survey on Emerging Technologies in Food Safety. So these are the contents of my presentation. So moving towards the introduction. So here is a question like why food safety matters. So as we all know that food safety has become one of the most important global challenge because every year millions of people suffer from foodborne diseases caused due to the contamination of food by bacteria, viruses, some toxic adulteration, and due to improper storage conditions. So the traditional methods which are used for assessment mainly depends on the laboratory testing, chemical analysis, and manual inspection. Although these methods are accurate, but they are having limitations as like mentioned here ki they are expensive, they are time consuming, there is a manual interruption, and it is not suitable for real-time monitoring. So due to what happens, the contaminated food is already reached to the consumer before testing it. So there is a need of digital transformation to create some intelligent food safety system where we can use some technologies like including artificial intelligence, IoT, biosensors, blockchain technologies to make this transformation possible. So here is some motivation why I have selected this topic. So while reviewing the literature, I have reviewed almost 41 papers where I have found that the different researchers mainly focus on the individual technologies like AI, IoT, biosensors, blockchain technologies, and smart packaging. So very few researchers have tried to contribute to work on integrating such ecosystem where multiple technologies can be used. So this motivated us to conduct a comprehensive survey of literature published from 2019 to 25, where almost 41 research paper we saw, and where we have compared different technologies they have used, what are the analyzed performance matrices. Then we have identified the research gap, and we have proposed a unified conceptual framework. So these are some objectives which we have decided. So first basically is to review recent advancement in AI, ML, IoT, biosensor, blockchain, and smart packaging system for food safety. Then to compare different intelligent food monitoring techniques. The third one is to analyze their reported performance and accuracy metrics. Then to identify the technical and practical challenges faced, and to highlight the existing research gap, so that finally we will be proposing a conceptual model like unified smart food safety framework that can act as a roadmap for our future research. So this is the evolution of food safety technology. So here we can see initially the food quality inspection basically relied on completely on manual observation and laboratory analysis. Then later computer vision techniques were introduced where the camera and image processing were used for automatic visual inspection if there is any damage or anything in the fruit or any food. Then the next was machine learning algorithms, where it gives the improved classification accuracy by learning from data. Later, deep learning further enhance defect detection and contamination identification using CNN and RNN. Later, introduction of IoT enabled continuous monitoring of the data using some sensors. Later, blockchain technology improved its traceability and transparency through the food safety supply chain. So, today researchers are integrating all these technologies into an integrated food ecosystem compatible to autonomous monitoring and decision making. So, this is the literature review category. So out of the 41 papers, we have decided 4 themes for our research. So the first theme is basically dealing with the contamination detection using AI, computer vision, Raman spectroscopy, and the use of biosensor. The second theme focuses on IoT based food monitoring system that continuously monitors the temperature, humidity, the gas concentration, and different storage conditions. The third theme focuses on smart packaging technologies that uses pH sensitive labels, biosensor, and freshness indicators to detect the spoilage. And last one is the use of blockchain technology used for traceability to record this to securely record every stage of the food supply chain, helping to prevent fraud and improving the transparency. So here we can see there is a comparative analysis of my papers where I have categorized as comparative analysis of AI, machine learning, and IoT based food system and quality detection. So in this we can see that from this table we can see that the CNN based fruit grading achieved accuracy of almost 96.5%. Then later coming to the milk adulteration detection using CNS achieves the highest accuracy as like 97.2. Then next machine learning combined with the Raman spectroscopy achieves the accuracy of 95%, where we have used it for foodborne pathogen detection. And then IoT based monitoring system also perform well, giving 96% of accuracy. So here in this table where we have combined the theme like blockchain technology, smart packaging, and sustainable. In this, blockchain system achieved around 94% of the traceability accuracy. So overall, if we see, the AI based system consistently achieved the highest performance among all the technologies. So here are some emerging technologies we, which we can see. So in this emerging technologies, we can see the first technology is artificial intelligence, which enables image classification, contamination detection, and spoilage prediction. The next technology we can use IoT, which provides real-time monitoring using the sensors like to measure temperature, humidity, gas concentration, pH, and different environmental condition. The next technology is about blockchain technology, which ensures secure, tamper-proof storage of supplied food chain records. Then next we can see here biosensors. So biosensors provide rapid, portable, and high sensitive pathogen detection. And the last one is smart packaging, which improves the consumer awareness by visually indicating the food freshness using color changing label. So each technology addresses here a specific aspect of food safety, but the greatest benefit is achieved when these all systems can be integrated. So this is our proposed unified smart food system, food safety framework. So here you can see the framework which we have decided has got total 4 layers. So in this 4 layers, the first layer is related to the sensing layer, where you can see the different IoT sensors are there, biosensors are there, camera and Raman sensor, which will continuously monitor the environmental conditions, the chemical and visual data. After the collection of data, the second layer is our intelligence layer, where all the AI models such as CNN and RNN process all these collected data, multimodal data, to detect contamination, then classify the food quality, and also predict the spoilage. The third layer which we can see is use of the blockchain, which records every food quality event to securely make sure that the every food quality event is there, it is secure. And lastly, the final and decision layer, which provides a dashboard, alerts, and recommendation system, which gives the alerts to all the stakeholders present, like producer, distributor, retailer, and consumers. So this layer architecture provides a modular and a scalable framework for intelligent food system. So here you can see, so from farm till the fork, whatever food we have got, it is safe. So this is the meta analysis of the system. So here you can see.
Priyanka ma'am,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
gentle reminder that you are remaining with 2 minutes of your presentation. So you'll have
Okay,
to
ma'am.
wrap up within 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. So here you can see the meta analysis. So if you observe here, we can see now. I will quickly just take a glance that if we see that if we are integrating the AI with the sensing technology, the overall performance or the accuracy increases by almost 1 to 3%. So these are some challenges which we face. So the challenges faced are like sensor calibration, then data quality which is available, then larger data sets, then also the computational cost. These are some challenges faced. And then these are the research. So in the research gap, lack of benchmark data sets. So here what happens, that whatever data set we are having, it is mostly from the laboratory, and we are not able to have the real time data. Then next is multi-sensor integrations or poor multi-sensor integration. So this is a research gap where we are trying to integrate different sensors and it is not possible to integrate. So this is also a research gap identified. Then next is limited explainability. So as we all know that AI is AI explainability is also one of the research gap. Then next is privacy issues. So here privacy issue is related to the sensitive data which we are tracking from our sensor. So that is also one issue. And last but not the least, high implementation cost is there, which is as our research gap. So these are the future direction which we can think. So So digital twins can be used, explainable AI can be used, green IoT can be used, and quantum optimization and climate adaptive AI can be used as our future direction. This is the conclusion of my survey. So as we have seen, AI provides the highest accuracy, then IoT enables the continuous monitoring, biosensors support rapid contamination detection, blockchain system also ensures trust, and lastly the smart packaging improves consumer awareness. So this is all about my presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Priyanka.
Hello sir.
Yeah, so I have one question like, have you identified any benchmark food safety framework against which you'll be comparing your research?
Sir, actually, there are multiple benchmarks I have found out, which I have already mentioned in the slide. So maybe it will be a combination.
All right, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank you.
So, we will move on to the next one. You can stop sharing your presentation. Yes. So, up next, we have Shri Rama Jayam B to present his paper titled as Sustainable Tourism in South India, a Gen Z Perspective. So, is he present in the meeting? Are you there?
Hi, ma'am. As Sriram is out of station regarding his work, so I am
Okay.
the co-author. Harikirtan K is present for the presentation.
Sure, you can start
So
the
can I take over,
presentation.
ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. Is the screen full, ma'am?
1 second. It is sharing. Yes, now it is visible. You can start.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm Harikirtan from Amartha School of Kochi, and it's my pleasure to present the research topic of ours, like sustainable tourism in South India, which is a Gen Z perspective. So mainly this study was carried out along with my co-authors Shraddha S. Madhavan and Sri Ramajayanti. So our research explores how Gen Z perceives the sustainable tourism and what motivates their travel decisions and the challenges that they prevent them from consistently adopting sustainable travel practices. So moving on to it. So sustainable tourism and its introduction. To begin with it, tourism is one of the fastest growing industries, like contributing significantly to employment and other national economy. So, however, rapid tourism development has also resulted in environmental issues such as resource depletion, pollution, biodiversity loss, and pressure on fragile environment. So, sustainable tourism has also addressed these challenges by balancing economic growth, environmental conservation, and social well-being. So, while also by supporting several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So, the South India as an ideal setting for this. So that's why we have chosen South India. So it possesses rich in biodiversity, tourist spots, backwaters, beaches, wildlife sanctuaries, and diverse cultural heritage. So we especially focused on Gen Z because they have environmentally aware and digitally connected. So which increase the influence tourism trends through social media. Although they express strong concern for sustainability, affordability, and also convenience of often influencing their actual travel decisions. Then moving on to need for study and the objectives. So, although sustainable tourism has received considerable academic attention, there is limited research exploring like how Gen Z travelers explore the South India and actually how they perceive the tourism. So, existing studies primarily focusing on policy initiative, environmental impacts, and while perspective of young travelers remain unexplored. So, therefore, our study aims to bridge this gap. So, this was to research primary objective of this research is to explore the perception of Gen Z travelers regarding sustainable tourism with particular focus on South India. So findings can help the tourism business and policymakers to design more effective sustainable strategies to target their young travelers. So moving on to research methodology. So this study adopted a qualitative exploratory research design, and our objective was to understand the opinion, experiences, behavioral patterns in depth. So we have collected data using focus group discussion, commonly known as like FGDs. So our participants were Gen Z individuals born between 1997 and 2012. So who have traveled within South India and were digitally active in social media also. So we have also used purposive sampling method, which the participants who could provide relevant insight into sustainable travel. So we have done 3 focus group, which considering to 8 participants. So for data analytics, we have followed a systematic and qualitative coding process like open coding to identify the key concept and axial coding to establish the relationship among the codes and selective codings to develop broader themes, followed by the thematic analysis to interpret the findings. So this methodology enabled us to capture rich and meaningful insight into Gen Z travel behaviors. So moving on, this slide mainly illustrates how the qualitative data was systematically transformed into a meaningful thing. So for example, like the participants discussing eco-friendly accommodations and plastic-free travel were grouped under environmental responsibility, like ultimately contributing to the broader themes of sustainable travel behavior. So like that, others also related to one-on-one. Then moving on to the summary of findings. So our important findings are first at the individual level. So Gen Z demonstrate high awareness of sustainable tourism. So participants express genuine concern for environmental conservation and preferred responsible for travel practices. However, an important finding was presence of an attitude behavior gap. Although the participants were supported sustainability in principle, their actual travel choices were determined by other factors like affordability, convenience, accessibility, and available travel options. So the another significant finding was growing preference for authentic experiences like local culture, community-based tourism, and supporting local businesses. So, however, many participants struggle to identify genuine sustainable tourism provided due to greenwashing, confusing eco certifications, and lack of reliable sustainability information. And moving on to industry and policy level. So participants felt that tourism businesses often lack transparency regarding sustainable practices. So there were strong demand for digital solutions such as verified eco ratings, carbon footprints calculators, and sustainability filters within booking platform. Social media also have a major part which may influence the travel decisions of many travelers. Like interestingly, awareness of government sustainability initiative also remained relatively low and indicating communication gap between policymakers and the young travelers. So moving on to the recommendations for sustainable tourism. So based on these findings, we developed recommendations for 4 major stakeholders. Like for government, we recommend that increase the public awareness campaigns and also by standardizing eco certifications and also to improve the sustainable tourism infrastructure and also to strengthen the digital promotion. And for tourism businesses, like greater transparency should be provided through verified sustainability information and affordable eco-friendly travel packages. And for technology platforms, so booking website should be integrated with sustainability filters, eco ratings, and carbon footprints calculators, and verified green listings, such as. Then finally, social media. So social media can play a major role by collaborating with influencers who promotes the responsible tourism and encourage sustainable travel behavior among the young audiences. Then moving on to the contributions. So this research contributes at 3 different levels. Like academically, it expands qualitative literature on sustainable tourism by connecting traveler perception with policy implementation. And practically, it provides valuable insights for the tourism businesses and policymakers by seeking engage on Gen Z more actively. And socially, the study promotes a responsible travel behavior, environmental conservation, and strong support for the local communities also. Moving on to the limitations and future scope. Like any quantitative study, our research also has some limitations. Like the study mostly involved a relatively a small sample, and also the participators are from South India only, and digitally active individuals are. So therefore, the findings cannot be generalized to the entire population. So the future scope can be using larger quantity studies and comparison across different Indian states. So international comparison also can be done, and also investigating the role of artificial intelligence and digital platforms in promoting sustainable tourism. So moving on to the conclusion. So to conclude, our study demonstrates that Gen Z possesses strong awareness and positive attitude towards sustainable tourism. However, practical barriers such as cost, convenience, limited transparency prevent these attitudes from consistently translating into sustainable behavior. So, digital platforms have become a central influencing point, which may influence in travel decisions, while government initiative require stronger communication and visibility. So ultimately, achieving sustainable tourism require collaboration among policymakers, tourism businesses, technology platforms, and travelers themselves. So by making sustainable tourism more affordable, transparent, and accessible, we can encourage the responsible travel while protecting South India's unique environmental and cultural
Harikirtan,
heritage.
quick
Yes, ma'am.
reminder that you'll have to conclude in next 30 seconds.
Okay, okay. So yeah, that's it. Thank you, thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your attention. I
Yeah,
would be happy for your
yeah.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a question, but I have some suggestions.
Okay,
As
sir.
search is limited to a South Indian demography, please change the title accordingly because it cannot be
Okay, sir.
generalized. And also, as you
Okay,
said, one
okay.
of the limitations was the sample size. Please work on that because if you are making this quantitative research, the sample size has to be reasonable to have a
Oh,
continuous
yes.
result. All right?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Harikirtan, for your presentation. So, our next presenter is Mamita Dash to present her paper titled as The Green Energy Transition Pathways to a Sustainable World. So, Mamita ma'am, are you present?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Yes, so you can start sharing your screen.
Okay. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, you can begin.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. I'm Momita Das from School of Economics and Commerce, KIT University, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. So I am here to present my paper on the green energy transition pathways to a world, pathways to a sustainable world.
Is there any issue you're facing, Mamita?
We can't hear us.
Mm, can you hear me, Mamita ma'am? Okay, so we will move on with the next one. Till then, you resolve the issue and we will have you again. I don't even know if she is able to hear me, but that's fine. Okay. There must be some issue. So next we have mm, 1 second. Let me check.
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible. Is there any issue you're facing, ma'am?
Am I audible,
Yes, you're audible. Are you able to hear
ma'am,
me?
now?
I think
I
she had.
think you're facing some internet issue, so you can resolve that and we will meet
Am I
again
audible, ma'am?
after. You're not able to hear me.
Audible, ma'am, now?
Yes, you're audible, but you're not able to hear me, right?
Ma'am. Okay, ma'am. I'm I'm able to hear you.
Okay, so you resolve the internet issue. Stay in a good internet connection. Till then, we will take one presentation and come back to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so next we have Alamgiri Sanjana. So, Sanjana, are you present in the meeting? Or
Hi,
any
Nikshita,
of her?
I'm present.
Oh, yes. So she's here to present his work, her work titled as Voice Play, a real-time speech recognition-based HCI system for hands-free browser and desktop game automation. So Sanjana, you can start and keep track of the time as you have only 10 minutes.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah. You can begin.
I guess my screen is up.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sanjana from Vienna VJIT, Hyderabad. Today I'm presenting our research work titled Voice Play, a real-time speech recognition-based HCI system for hands-free browser and desktop game automation. This work was carried under the guidance of Harshvardhan, and my co-authors include Anish, Sakit, and Lokesh. So the objective of our work is to develop an offline real-time voice control system that enables users to interact with browser and desktop applications without using traditional input devices such as keyboards and mouse. So we observe that most human-computer interaction still depends on keyboards, controllers, etc. Although there exist voice assistants, many of them rely on cloud processing, which introduces latency, requires continuous internet connectivity. These limitations make them unsuitable for real-time applications. Therefore, our objective was to design a system that works offline. So here is the research gap. Human-computer interaction and speech recognition. Earlier systems mainly depended on keyboard matching or cloud-based speech recognition. And most of the recent models, though they improved accuracy, but they often require higher computational resources. Based on this comparison, we selected Faster Whisper because it provides offline operation, multilingual support, robustness, and fast to the real-time application. So here comes our proposed system. Based on these observations, we developed Voice Play, which is like a modular voice controlled automation system. The system captures voice input, converts it into text, verifies the speaker, validates the command, and finally executes the appropriate action. So this is the overall system architecture. The process begins with microphone input, where the user's speech is continuously captured. The captured audio is then passed to Faster Whisper ASR model, which converts speech to text. Next, the speaker identification module, where the command is given by authorized user. Only commands given by authorized users are executed. Then comes the command processing module, where the recognized text enters this module and similarity gets matched, confidence gets evaluated, and contextually filtered and performed to identify the intended command. Because all the time it's not simple that we generally speak the commands which contains little error. So though we have small kind of errors, the action is to be executed. So we use this module in order to do that. And the final one comes the automation engine, where the validated command is executed. It's like simple simulation of keyboard and mouse actions on the target applications. Then comes the command validation architecture. Instead of executing every recognized command directly, we introduce this command validation pipeline. First, the recognized command is compared with predefined commands with Levinston similarity, then profile, scope, action, and various other environment filters. Verify whether the command is appropriate for the active application or not. Only commands that satisfy this validation criteria are executed. So there are 6 modules in this structure. That is audio capture module that generally captures the live audio and streams it into the processing pipeline. And then faster whisper, which is ASR module that converts speech into text. So we used faster whisper here in order to have a balance between accuracy and speed. And then speaker identification module to verify only the commands that are given by authorized users are executed. Then command extraction layer, the command, the identified command we intended uses similarity matching and predefined stuff. Then automation engine, the validated command is converted into keyboard mouse actions. Interface or logger, it is simply to note the results of the system in a CSV file. It includes results like latency, command matching score, execution score, and etc. These are some of the screenshots that represent our implementation of program. Then comes the result. To evaluate the system, we tested it under continuous real-time conditions. During testing, the system processed more than 900 interaction events. Out of this, around 500 were valid command instances, and more than 140 were successfully executed. With the average response time was 1 second to 1.1. So this is where we store the results or the metrics. And then advantages. Compared to existing systems, our approach offers a few important advantages. First, everything works offline. And second, we reduce incorrect execution using command validation. And then we add speaker verification for security. And finally, the modular design makes the system easier to extend in the future. So to conclude, VoicePlay shows that real-time voice-controlled interaction is possible without depending on cloud services. By combining offline speech recognition, speaker verification, command validation, and automation, we developed a system that is reliable, secure, and suitable. Going forward, we would like to support more natural conversations using NLP and improve performance in noisy environments, extend the system to more applications. Right now, we implemented it for around 4 to 5 applications. I mean, like games like Subway Surfers, which itself stands that we are trying to use it in the real-time environment, and Chrome Dino and Multi Hills. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you, everyone. I would be happy to take any questions.
Yeah, Sanjana, I see you are using a Whisper API for the auto and a KSR, but it is a paid API. How do you think your solution is viable or feasible in that case?
Sorry, we just tried different variants of Whisper model in order to perform this action. We chose Whisper because it is multilingual and it has offline capability. But then we noticed something that in the different variants of Whisper, we usually have to compromise with either accuracy or the speed. So we tried to bring a balance of both of this and started using faster Whisper that stands alone as the purpose for both of this.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjana. So, Mamita ma'am, are you ready with the issue resolve?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so you can start from where you left the presentation. Are you able to share the screen?
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible.
Am
You
I
can
audible,
start
ma'am?
from, yes, you're audible. You can
Okay,
start
okay,
from
ma'am.
where you left.
Okay, ma'am. So in today's world, energy is demanded for almost all activities in all the sectors. So demand for energy is increasing continuously at a faster rate. But the problem is, out of the total energy used, 81.5% is from fossil fuel, which affect the environment negatively, which also affect the health and quality of life of human beings. So there is a necessity of energy use transformation from fossil fuel to green energy and application of technology to control and reduce the ill effects of emission. So digitalization of energy sector can be one of the significant solution to the CO2 emission and a greater promoter of green energy transition. Digital transformation implies overall incorporation of digital techniques in all sectors of an economy. So digitalization is the fundamental lead of the hour for the faster and sustained growth of an economy. So these are some of my review of literature. Energy shift along with digital transformation leads to sustainability in the production process through efficient operational activities for further raising profit in Poland. So this is by Giolke, Olyang and Gribesky 2025. Then these are also some of my studies. Then objective of the study is to make an analysis about how digitalization powers energy transition. Descriptive analysis has been used to understand the variants of AI technology, challenges in the application of these technologies, and advantages of its integration in the energy sector for achieving the goal of sustainable development. So, key digital techniques basically first one is cloud computing, which basically provides protection to the data. That means the unauthorized users can't use the data, and in the energy sector, it helps in processing huge data of energy, including use of sensors, smart meters, and grid operation and maintenance, accelerate the use of green energy, decrease CO2 emission. Then artificial intelligence is a technique which empowers computer and machines to do the complex tasks like learning, identifying, and recognizing the data. Then Internet of Things is a network connected with devices like vehicles, mobiles, equipment. It is in the energy sector, it helps in designing and controlling works related to energy use and its operation. Then big data analysis, it is a technique to process, analyze and decode the large data set which can help in identifying the data pattern. And in the energy sector, basically it improves efficiency of grid system, forecasting of future maintenance, energy saving behaviors, detects frauds and provide various measures for security. Then blockchain, it is also a technique that is ledger technique that make transaction transparent, secured and tamper-proof without intervention of the third party. In the energy sector, it enhances the use and function of green energy, reduce cost, manages grid, ensures efficient allocation of energy at a reasonable rate, saves energy, and also it can help in supplying uninterrupted energy. Then digital twins, it is a digital reproduction of an object, system, process, and human being. It augments efficiency of various maneuvers, lowers the risk during training and expense, helps in taking productive and profitable division, and increases revenue in the energy sector. Then microgrid, it includes effective load and energy supply with a clearly marked boundary. Then energy management system, it is an integration of software, hardware and procedure of tracking, modifying and enhancing uses of energy in the household and various industrial activities. Then augmented and virtual reliability. It is improved version of environment which is generated by computer in the form of virus, sensory and sound.
Then virtual reliability is a technology which has renewed the video and 3D pictures to enhance visual skill. Next, there are some challenges also. Then the first important challenge in the energy sector is use of energy is strongly affected because of digital transformation, climate change, and geopolitical volatility. So it rise or increase the demand for energy, which we one of the data also shows it has been highest use of energy or demand for energy has been observed in the year 2025. Then cyber security, it also helps in protecting the data network from hacking and malware, but there are hackers who can change or steal the data by identifying system weakness by using advanced technology because of digital transaction. Then data governance, it also refers to the management of data by maintaining its quality, accessibility, and safety through various standards, procedure, and well-organized policies. But it has some challenge, like it creates a risk for smooth functioning of the organization, as plans and policies of the organization can also be cracked by the hackers through access and breaching of data using unauthorized sources. Then human capital, it also it is one of the challenge, because it creates anxiety and depression among the job seekers because of reduction in the placement and opportunities for specific factors. And also when it will be applied in the energy sector, then some of the employees who are not able or they are not usual to the technology, they are also very in anxiety that how they can use that. Then finance and allocation of resources. Different organizations face financial difficulties for digitalization of their technology, and the entire system as it requires initially more amount to be integrated, making changes in the management system, improving skill of the workers. Then misalignment of culture. Various institute and companies appear with many problems in adjusting with the digital culture, so it is also one of the challenges. Then customer acceptance. Now digital transition can be successful only when it will be widely accepted by the customer, but instead of utilizing the products with new technology, they start avoiding its use, which may generate a barrier in the way of achieving sustainability. Then effective leadership. So the challenges can also, and the problems of digitalization can also be solved only when there will be effective leadership. So it is also one of the most important challenge for applying the digitalization in the energy sector. So advantages of green energy, that is grid optimization and reliability. It helps in optimization of grid and increases reliability of the customers on the grid system in the form of constant supply, or we can say uninterrupted power supply. Then green energy helps in improving the skill of effective utilization of energy through the inclusion of advanced technology and digitalization of the energy system, which is also comes in the form of enhanced integration. Then adoption of AI in developing and developed nations. Though there is adoption of AI technology in both the countries, but most developed techniques are now used in the developed countries, but developing countries are slowly utilizing it, and also not so much advanced technology, but they are also start using the technology. So use of AI by the workers also differs from one country to another, as used by 43% of employees of US, 36.3% of UK, and 25.6% of Italy. Um, then a continuous growth in the uses of AI in developing countries has been observed through slower rate as compared to the developed countries. So the conclusion is a vital shift in the energy system towards renewable sources, along with digital transmission, along with digital technique like AI, smart grid, IoT, big data analytics, basically redesigns the energy landscape, improves the reliability, efficiency, and sustainability of the system. So the findings implies here are there should be twofold transition, which can reduce our reliance on fossil fuels, which can help in also reducing the CO2 emission. This enforced ecological advantage is not automatic but requires backing of the government in the form of proper formulation and execution of policies, infrastructural promptness, and technological disruption. Thus, the green energy transition and digital transformation provides a promising path to achieve the target of sustained development. If this twin transformation can be proficiently managed, it will result in stable and continuous availability of carbon-free environment for the future generation. So these are some of my references. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mamita. I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mamita ma'am, for your questions, for your presentation. So, for today's
Thank you,
last
ma'am.
presentation, we have Kunjal Joshi to present her paper titled as Wi-Fi based indoor localization using machine learning. So, Kunjal, are you present? Okay, any of her co-authors is present on behalf of her? I can see Kunjal in the meeting. Kunjal, are you able to hear me? Hello, Kunjal. Or any of her co-authors is here to present on behalf of her?
She's talking, she's on a mute, I guess.
Yes, she's on the mute. I lost her on mute. Wait.
Hello,
Yes.
can you hear
So,
me?
yes, you are audible. So, you can start your presentation, Kunjal.
Yeah.
We were actually calling you for a while, but you were on mute.
I was not actually able to hear you, but I was not able to unmute myself. That's why.
Oh, okay. So, you can start with your presentation.
Okay, just a minute. I will. Can you see my screen? Is my screen visible?
No, the presentation is not visible, just the shared meeting is visible. So when you click on share, after that you have to click on the window which contains the presentation and not share the entire screen.
Okay, just a
Yeah.
minute. Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible. You can start.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Kunjal Joshi. I'm from NMIMS University, Mumbai. I'll be presenting a research paper titled Wi-Fi based indoor localization using machine learning. This research was carried out by me and my teammates Janvi Wanga, Divyansh Garg, and a professor, Mrs. Kanchan Bakhade. In this research, we try to solve an indoor localization problem of GPS. We have used Wi-Fi signals and different kinds of machine algorithms to predict users' location in a building. So, before understanding what the solution is, let's first understand what the problem is. So, when you are outdoors, GPS works very well, but as soon as you move inside, it either becomes inaccurate or disappears completely. This happens because of walls, ceilings, furniture, etc., reflecting or observing the signals. This can cause problems in places like hospitals, emergency rescue operation sites, manufacturing units, etc. To solve this problem, researchers started using Wi-Fi signals. This Wi-Fi signals send a strength. The strength of this signal is measured using RSSI, which is nothing but receive signal strength indicator. Each location inside a building receives a slightly different combination of Wi-Fi signal strengths from the nearby routers. This combination acts like a fingerprint, and by learning these fingerprints, machine learning can predict where a person is located. However, Wi-Fi signals also have some problems, like people walking, furniture, walls, reflection, interferences, and different mobile phones. To solve this, researchers started using deep learning. Now, although deep learning gives a very good accuracy, it requires powerful GPUs, large memory, and high computation. Such heavy models cannot run on small IoT devices or smartphones. Therefore, our goal was to achieve the same or even better accuracy using lightweight machine learning algorithms. Now, our work contributes in three key areas. So, the first is RSSI pre-processing. In this, we try to improve the pre-processing pipeline. Now, many dataset contains inaccurate RSSI values. For example, the dataset that we have used had a value 100, which does not actually mean that it is a very strong Wi-Fi signal. Instead, it means that it was the least or the weakest detectable signal. Now, if we leave the value as it is, the machine learning model gets confused. Therefore, we replace this value with minus 105 dBm, which represents the weakest detectable Wi-Fi signal. Next contribution was controlled evaluation. So instead of just testing on one algorithm, we compared random forest, logistic regression, XGBoost, and SVM. Next is lightweight superiority. A model achieved an accuracy of greater than or equal to 99.8%, which prove that the lightweight machine learning algorithms can outperform computationally heavy deep learning models. Now, the dataset that we have used is UJI Indoor Loco dataset, which is a worldwide benchmark for indoor localization research dataset. So this dataset have 3 university buildings, each having 4 floor and covering an area of 110,000 square meters. This dataset almost had 520 Wi-Fi features, which include user ID, different kinds of RSI values, locations, etc. Now, since this dataset was so vast, there were Wi-Fi signals that overlapped with each other, giving us a very realistic indoor environment to test our model. Next is data pre-processing pipeline. So the first step was threshold correction. So as I said earlier, our RSSI value in the dataset was almost 100. So we replaced it or remapped it to the minimum detectable physical threshold of minus 105 dBm. Then we normalized it using mean max normalization, where we standardized the numerical range to 0 and 1 for pre-processing. Next step was dimensionality reduction, where we used PCA, which is principal component analysis, where the 520 Wi-Fi features were successfully reduced to 150 while still retaining the 95% of the original information. This helped in data prevention, data leakage, and improving the interference time. Now, the 4 machine learning models that we used were random forest, support vector machine, logistic regression, and XGBoost. So the first is random forest. Random forest builds many decision tree. Each tree makes its own prediction, and the final prediction is obtained through majority voting. This improves the accuracy and reduces the overfitting. Second is support vector machine. So SVM tries to find the best boundary separating the different classes. It performs practically well in high dimensional data set. Our third model is logistic regression. Although it is one of the simplest machine learning algorithm, it provides an excellent baseline for comparison. Our fourth is XGBoost. XGBoost is an advanced boosting algorithm. Now, instead of building all the trees independently, it builds each tree by correcting the mistakes made by the previous tree. This usually leads to higher accuracy. Now, these are the results. So the two models that perform very well were random forest and XGBoost. So the random forest performed well in floor classification, giving us an accuracy of 99.57%, whereas XGBoost performed well for building classification, giving us an accuracy of 99.87%. Apart from this, they also gave us a precision recall and F1 score. And as you can see, all the 4 parameters were very close to equal to 100%. Next, we compared our results with the previously published researches. So many earlier studies used deep CNNs and hybrid deep learning models. Now, although these models achieve good accuracy, they require much high computational power. Our model achieved an accuracy of 99.87% while still retaining low computational cost. This proves that better pre-processing and careful optimization can sometimes be more important than just using very complex neural networks. Now, accuracy alone is not very enough. Real-time systems must also be very fast. We therefore measured the interference latency. Our XGBoost model required only 1.2 milliseconds to predict one sample, and whereas random forest required only 3.4 milliseconds. This value are very well below the 5 milliseconds requirement for real-time application. This means a model can easily run on small IoT devices and smartphone, compared to the deep learning models that usually require 12 to 18 milliseconds. Our approach was significantly faster. Now, no research is perfect, and our work also has some limitations. First, our model had just been tested on this particular data set. It has not yet been deployed in the real world environment. Second, the dataset mainly represents older Wi-Fi networks. Future Wi-Fi technologies like Wi-Fi 6 and Wi-Fi 6E may have different signal characteristics. Third, a model predicts only the floor and building where a user is located and not exactly the XY coordinate. Finally, the environmental changes such as moving people, furniture, or signal interferences can affect the Wi-Fi signal. In future, we plan to perform real-time deployment integrated with different sensors and deploy hybrid machine learning and deep learning models for even better localization accuracy. So to conclude, I would say a model achieved a high accuracy while keeping the computational low cost, and this makes it a practical or one of the solutions for indoor navigation in real world environment. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kunjal. So, do you have any plan for the actual deployment or the implementation? Because this sounds only experimental research on the data sets that you carried out.
Yeah, we do plan it to test it in real time instead of you like maybe using a Raspberry Pi and connecting with different sensors like Bluetooth, IMU, and UW, and then testing it in different environment that where there will be more footwork so that it can give us a very real value as well.
And what is the size of your model that, as you said, you are going to deploy it on the IoT devices? So what is the size of your model?
We have not yet deployed it, so this is just a machine learning model that has been made on the software. We still have to make it in hardware.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Kunjal, for presenting. So next we have one last presentation left, I think. Chaitanya Gatredi.
Am I audible?
Yes, so you were left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can start with your presentation.
Okay. Just a minute. Is my screen visible?
Yes, you can begin.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Chaitanya from CMR College of Engineering and Technology, and I'll be presenting our paper titled Bidirectional LSTM based Early Warning System for At Risk Student Identification and Programming Education. So basically, the main motivation behind our work is that many students struggle in programming courses, but the faculty or the educators often identify them only after, say, a certain exam, like a mid-semester exam, or after a certain quizzes or tests. By then, actual meaningful intervention is difficult. So through our work, we aim to identify these students much earlier using artificial intelligence and the programming behavior that they exhibit rather than just depending on the grades. So, firstly, there are existing systems to tackle this issue. First one is static screening and general ML models. They just take static information such as like GPA or attendance or previous academic performance, etc. But these features are used with traditional algorithms like, say, decision trees, random forests, or support vector machines. But these are simple and interpretable, so they consider every student as a static point, which is not what we want. We want to see them as a continuous data so that we can understand their previous performance and their future performance to predict a particular student's performance. And next, there exist sequential deep learning models. So here they perform better than static ones because they understand like the temporal relationship between we learning activities that students exhibit, which are behavioral in nature, and they change depending on the time. But the existing implementation still depend on grades obtained or only they consider only a particular institution, etc. But so that which means that they don't provide enough support to identify a student's performance. So this is a comparison between the existing methods and our method. So static methods are really simple and fast to implement, but it is hard for them to understand temporal and sequential data, which leads to them having high bias towards like majority classes, and it doesn't help with the early intervention. And coming to like the deep learning models, it does have strong temporal pattern understanding, but it is like it is constricted only to a certain institution or a certain static data. But our system, we gather data from Dublin City University, which conducts a programming course across a 12 weeks time span. And this data set includes a lot of behavioral data, like how a student's submission activity is, and how many problems they are able to solve, and what the success rate is, and how often they are submitting a problem, and what their daily activity is, and how what different problems they're exploring, etc., are part of the data set. So we've used this data set and tried to build a BioLSTM model. So we collect submission logs from this data set, and they are organized chronologically. And we have 27 behavioral features for each week. So that's 12 into 20, 12 weeks into 27 features. So this creates a vast greater understanding of behavior of students. And we've split up our data into 70% training, 15% validation, 15% test data. And we've done it chronologically, which means that future information doesn't leak into the current present information. And we've I'm sorry. And we've sequentialized all the information, and we feed it to the bidirectional LSTM ensemble model, and which it optimizes the data. So one thing we've done is we've taken recall as a more important aspect of our model rather than accuracy, because recall, even if we identify a student, even if we identify a false negative student, it is okay, but not identifying a student that's performing poorly is bad. So even though the accuracy is low, we've tried to prioritize recall in our model. And this shows the architecture of our model. As discussed, we've done data cleaning, feature engineering, and then we train it using BioLSTM model, because we get an idea of the past temporal sequential data as well as the future, so that at any given point of time, you can predict how a student might perform. And main, as discussed, we have advantages like recall prioritization, and how we use BioLSTM model to track both past and future data points. And we have 27 rich behavioral features which help us detect a student's performance more easier. And since we've split up our data chronologically, it prevents leak, which simulates a real world deployment. And we, after training the model, we show all the results on a dashboard, which helps educators interact with and try to deal with each student. And this is what our dashboard would look like, with different pie charts and graphs. And we display these graphs for better understanding of the educators. So in conclusion, so we Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Nagesh sir, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just yeah, Chaitanya. The question is like, why are you going with the by LSTM model? Because instead of that, you can have, you can use the transformers that would perform better than the this by LSTM models. Did you get my question?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. So did you hear my question, Chaitanya?
No, sir. Like it was breaking for me.
Yeah. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So what I was saying, that you use BioLSTM model, which has become nowadays absolute. So you could have used the transformers for the better performance. So what is your take on this? Yeah.
Yeah, true, sir. But we selected PyListium model because it's short sequential behavior data, sir, and it's a limited data set. So it provides us with higher recall with lower cost, computational cost, and it gives us better generalization as well. transformers are powerful, true, but they are, I think, in my opinion, they are more suitable for larger and longer sequential data. So we considered it as more of a future work than implementing it currently.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Chaitanya, for your presenting. So, we are at the end of today's session. One second. Okay, so we have come to the end of today's session, and I sincerely thank all our authors for their excellent presentations and valuable contributions, all the participants for being an important part of this international conference. I truly hope that this session was insightful and engaging for everybody. And on behalf of the entire team, we thank you for your continued support, not just for this edition, but for all the previous editions of ICT4SD. We look forward to welcoming you again in the next version in 2027 as well. And all the presenters will be receiving their digital certificates via email within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months, and we kindly request your cooperation with the ICT4SD team. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to our session chair, Nagesh Zadav sir, for expertly chairing this session. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and this is a small token of appreciation on behalf of Team ICT4SD. One second, let me. Yes, so this is a small token of appreciation. Also, before we wrap up with the conference, I would request everybody to please turn on their cameras so that I can click a quick snapshot of the conference. One second, let me click. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Stay safe, take care. Thank you so much,
Yeah, thank you.
everyone. Thank you.